I'm back home in Edmonton to declare my candidacy for Leader of the Liberal Party and Prime Minister of Canada.
With that, Mark Carney has entered the race to replace Justin Trudeau. The former Bank of Canada and Bank of England governor took aim at Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, saying this is no time for a professional politician to lead Canada, and underlining his experience in navigating both the '08 crash and Brexit.
I've helped manage multiple crises, and I've helped save 2 economies. I know how business works, and I know how to make it work for you.
Carney's announcement was light on policy, but sources close to the candidate say he's considering dropping the consumer carbon tax. He wouldn't be the only one. Sources close to Chrystia Freeland tell City News she intends to do the same.
If you don't have carbon pricing, then...
All right. So this is an interesting update. Mark Carney has just announced his leadership bid, as was expected, but the confirmation was not made today, actually. In reality, if we're going to be real, the confirmation came when he went on the American Daily Show, which is quite odd for Mr. Carney to go on if he didn't have any agenda to run. And that's where he really announced his first leadership bid. And this is the official announcement here, but that's where it really was the, nail in the coffin that he was running. And where did he choose to announce it? He announced it on a United States of America talk show. And that's kind of, commonplace with Mark Carney. He does things outside of Canada. He does all of his business, all of his work outside of Canada. He was, yes, Bank of Canada governor, but then he went to England. He was in England most of his life. He's been in Europe for most of his professional career. Not his life, but his professional career. He's been in Europe. And he's spent most of his professional career there helping them in terms of their banks and in terms of the World Economic Forum and other, globalist organizations there. Now, what I'm trying to say is that he is not in touch with the Canadian people. He might be a good finance manager, but he's not in touch with the real Canadian problems and what Canadians are going through. He announced today his official running in Edmonton because he's now trying to touch base with the Canadian voter and trying to, strike a jab into the conservative blue land of Alberta, Saskatchewan, and rural British Columbia and Manitoba as well. But in the reality is he has spent most of his professional career outside of Canada. He supports globalist agendas, and the most prominent of which is the carbon tax, which was his brainchild. It was his recommendation to Trudeau that brought in the carbon tax. And now he's trying to throw you a bone, saying that he's going to take away the carbon tax from consumers. I find that quite manipulative and misleading. Why do I say this? Because Trudeau, when he came in 2015, he made similar promises, not about the carbon tax, but about supporting the centrist middle class and not being too far left or too far right. They always make false promises, and then they always, after they get elected, they shift to the real agenda. Do not trust the politicians, especially these liberal politicians, and especially anyone who's been associated with the Trudeau government in a major capacity in the last 4 to 5 years. That's my opinion. That's what I think of Mr. Carney and his so-called run. And I hope he doesn't win because, for obvious reasons, he is not what Canada needs right now. Canada needs a Canada-focused, Canadian-focused agenda right now, not a globalist-style agenda like we've had for the past 10 years. That's what I think. Please let me know down in the comments below. Remember to subscribe and share this video. And remember also to please leave your thoughts down below. I appreciate all the negative and positive comments. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day. Bye.